the currency space, where the Indian rupee has snapped a 4-day rally to close 0.25% lower at 54.48. A weak euro ahead of the ECB meeting tomorrow, and a flat Indian equity market today is what weighed onto the rupee. The rupee was trading in a wide range of 54.18 to 54.85 today, and that's almost the in-between closing that we have seen today. A decline coming in after nearly 4.5% of gains that we have seen in last 4 days there. Also joining us now is Upasana Bhardwaj. She is economist and Vysya Bank, and she joins us in Mumbai. Upasana, hi, welcome to the show. How have you seen the Indian rupee, the kind of breather that it's taking, or do you think we're pretty much done with the kind of appreciation that it had seen in last 4 days?
I think the turnaround was very sharp, and right now what we need to realize is that nothing really has changed. In terms of actionables, we really haven't seen much happen from the policy side. Yes, there is enthusiasm both from the global as well as domestic front. Globally, yes, the EU summit did result in a very sharp risk rally. And at the same time, there is growing hope that the new, the Prime Minister who's taken over the finance portfolio will initiate the much stalled, much awaited stalled reforms. So there are a lot of hopes being attached. And along with that, the FII debt limits have been enhanced. So all that taken together has led to a sharp improvement in INR. But as such, the fundamentals continue to remain weak. And unless reformist corrective measures are not undertaken at this juncture, then the rally would be very, very short term. I expect not too much of appreciation from these levels. There may be some improvement because of overall globally there are growing expectations of further stimulus from various central banks.
Sure.
And at the same time, domestically we do have FII debt flows and there's also talk of the withholding tax being removed from the FIIs. So these measures would temporarily support rupee at these levels, or probably slightly stronger levels. But I would not see it appreciate very sharply from these levels.
Okay.
And I would rather expect a weaker currency from here. I would expect it to weaken. But yes, in the immediate term, there might be some more appreciation to go by.
So, Upasana, what's your range for this quarter now? Where do you see the rupee trading within?
Well, for the quarter, I would say it would be somewhere between 53.50 to 55.50 levels. So 53.50 to 55.50 levels.
Upasana, much of the market decline today was ahead of the ECB meeting tomorrow. What are your expectations from that one? And do you see a 0.25% of a decline coming in from there?
Yes. We're expecting a 25 bits of rate cut by the ECB. And going forward, somewhere ECB may be prompted to go ahead with liquidity easing measure as well. So some measure of LTRO third version could be on the cards as well. Of course, not for tomorrow's meeting, but somewhere it could be in the pipeline somewhere soon.
Vijay, let me get you in the conversation as well. And while the rupee is taking a breather today, what are the charts saying? What are you expecting for the very near term?
I think what I touched upon yesterday was that the rupee may be on a short-term part to appreciate, but I think it's likely to be a little overbought on the charts as of now. So that's borne out by the trading pattern today itself. It's basically slid vis-a-vis the US dollar marginally. I think the max I would give it is 54 rupees vis-a-vis the dollar, give or take 20 paise here and there. I don't see it appreciating more than that without a meaningful correction coming in. And should it basically depreciate tomorrow, it could go all the way down to first 54.90 and then 55 and a quarter. So these are levels that I would watch out for in the absolute near term. And if I do get the US dollar close to 54 levels, I might just take out a high risk punt on the long side in anticipation of a pullback, maybe giving me a percent and a half in the absolute near term.
Well, that's a near-term call that you can take on the rupee there. But Upasana, you know, when the Asian rupee either is the worst performing currency in Asia or the best performing currency in Asia, the way it has been in the recent days, what's your sense on the other Asian currencies, and how do you see this run-up that we have seen in the commodity currencies recently? New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar running up to nearly those multi-month highs. How have you checked on them?
Naturally with the improved risk sentiments, and with growing expectations of further liquidity injections across the globe, you do expect commodity currencies to perform well. In fact, with oil prices rising, that would be a deterrent for India, because that could play a very spoiled sport, given that we are a heavily import-dependent economy. So to that extent, it would be quite a big spoiled sport.
Upasana, in the Asian currencies also, there has been a good gain in the Philippine peso, in Korean won as well, the Indian rupee as well. If you had to really put money, where would you be looking at a positive sense coming in?
I think Korean won and rupee right now are one of the... But like I said, rupee, I see very short-lived improvement. So Korean won is doing fairly well.